friends, this is Katherine Katches, your local realtor with Sierra Pacific Real Estate, and today I'm here with Matt Slusher, Battalion Chief of the Placer Hills Fire Department. And thank you for having me, Matt.
Yeah, absolutely.
Today we were talking about, you and I had a conversation a while back about what's the most common maybe house fire during the winter, and improper disposal of ashes was one of the top things you mentioned, along with maybe chimney fires.
Yes.
So I thought today maybe we could show people who are not used to maybe having a wood stove how to properly handle their ashes when they're hot.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so thank you for having me. And welcome to our home. This is our fireplace, so
nice.
We'll show you how we dispose of our ashes here.
Okay.
So one of the most important things is the canister of which you put the ashes in to take them out of your home.
Okay.
So I have a metal can here with a lid that fits on real nice and tight. That's important. So I'll show you here. We have some ashes down in here. So you scoop the ashes out. It's critical that you put them in a metal container.
Okay.
Not a bag, not a cardboard box. You have to put them in a metal container.
Right.
And you need one that has a lid that seals down, that doesn't allow a free flow of air in there.
Okay, makes sense.
People don't realize the coals that are left over from your fire can last on average 3 to 4 days to maybe as long as a week.
Wow.
So you don't have to keep them in the metal container for that long because you want to clean your fireplace out more frequently.
Yeah.
One of the ways to shrink that time down is to fill this full of water.
Oh.
So if you fill this full of water, that about 24 hours the coals should cool down.
Okay.
Even after they've cooled down, you want to dispose of them in a safe spot.
Okay.
You don't want to put it in dry grass. A lot of vegetation fires are started by improper disposal of ashes from a fireplace.
Okay, dumping them on dry leaves.
Yeah, they put them in a leaf pile, and
wood deck.
That can lead to a vegetation fire and a structure fire. So anything that's combustible, leaves, grass, brush, wood piles, anything like that. So bare mineral soil is a great place to put them.
Nice.
We also do not recommend that you put them in your trash.
Oh,
certainly.
Interesting.
Every so often, there's a fire where a trash truck is on fire driving down the road.
No.
Yeah, because there was improper disposal of ashes.
Huh, okay.
Talking about the flue pipe or the chimney, creosote builds up in your chimney and in the flue pipe. I have a temperature gauge here on mine, which indicates the temperature of the gases and the smoke and the byproducts are leaving. And so if it's too cold, you get creosote buildup.
Yes.
If it's too hot, you risk on it being higher than the rated capacity of your flue pipe or your chimney, where it can cause a fire. Okay. So we recommend between about 250 degrees and 475 degrees is the best temperature to have your fire burning at, so that you don't build up creosote.
So if you see this going in this kind of orange-red area, would that be an indication that you may have a chimney fire going on that you can't see?
It could be.
Okay.
What you need to do is just dampen your stove down in that situation. You don't want as much air carrying oxygen that allows the fire to burn hotter. Okay. So if you have, for us, it's very simple. There's a plus-minus switch here. You can reduce the airflow, which cools the fire down, and in this case, fairly quickly. It's also important to have your chimney or your flue pipe inspected at least once annually and cleaned. And so there's a number of good companies out there who can perform those tasks. Yeah. Some homeowners choose to do it themselves, and that's acceptable also, but you need to inspect it and you want to clean it, because burning wood products does leave some creosote buildup, even if you're doing everything right. Okay, that's good to know. So, and if anybody has any questions, can they call the Placer Hills Fire Department and ask any questions? Yeah, our fire marshal, Chief D'Ambrosi, is a resident of Weimar, lives right here in the district. So he understands all of these details, and he'd be happy. Any of our staff are happy to communicate with safe burning practices. And we do respond to a tremendous amount of chimney fires. Right after we spoke, that same day we ran a chimney fire. And so that does happen. A lot of times you will hear a very loud noise in your flue pipe or your chimney, or maybe your neighbor spots your chimney fire before you notice. Everything is acceptable inside, but there's flames shooting out of your flue pipe.
Or in the attic and
it can go so it's really important that we use safety. This is a great means to keep our homes warm. but there is some maintenance that goes along with it, and we don't want to have a second problem of starting a house or a vegetation fire because of improper disposal of ashes.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for the information. This has been very informative, and hopefully everyone picked up a little nugget that maybe they didn't know before, and I appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. Take care.